Hello, everyone, and welcome to So Many Levels. We welcome you on so many levels, is the way I should have always been saying it. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay! Dragons, you guys!
That's why the universe is shattering apart, is because I rewound time to make it so that I retroactively have always said, we welcome you on so many levels. Go back, check the old episodes. They're all fixed now. Maybe not right now, because we're live.
They will have always been such a thing.
Yes, that's right. So, we have a full house tonight. Yay!
Yay!
I am Christiana Ellis, the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, Chooch Schubert as Otterkey.
Hello, hello.
Happy birthday, +1.
Thank you.
Starla Hutchton as Nirakina Ethu.
Greetings and salutations.
Jenny Meltzer as Cadence of the Water.
Hi, guys.
James Meltzer as Ket of the Sands.
Hello, I'll be playing the part of Sober tonight.
Mark Kilfoyle as Alaric Copperbeard.
That is the last time I go to the spa.
And off camera, but still present in our hearts, Vivid Muse as Amethyst.
Hey, y'all.
And if you'll notice on the video down below me, we now have art visual representation of Feathercrest, the Aarakocra mage, Melicanth, the elven wizard, and Arwen, your little Almirage companion.
The D&D Beyond thing cuts off.
Cuts off on what?
Arwen. You
Oh.
can't see her.
Okay. Joop. I can move them around.
Like magic.
Yay! All right. Oh, you know what? And there we go. Now that these things are so, if you're watching us live on Twitch, you have the opportunity to see our D&D Beyond thing. It's actually on this side. So you can see live updates of things like hit points and so on, and you can check all sorts of stuff. But let's talk a little bit about what happened, previously on So Many Levels. Well, a couple of things. One is that after teleporting away from the enormous apocalyptic battlefield where many world shattering battles took place, you teleported to the Lorenz Desert, where in the distance appeared to loom the enormous Emerit Arboris, which you had heard some mixed things about. But before you could even get a long rest, your tiefling companion, Otterkey, was suddenly bamfed away. Where did he go? Well, maybe we'll find out tonight. But the rest of the party continued, discovering that there was a magic disturbance preventing anyone from traveling to this tree, instead always leading everyone to an oasis. Arriving at that oasis, you discovered what appeared to be two different groups of travelers, also magically stuck in the way that you were. But then it was all revealed to be the work of a giant ooze-like creature that could steal memories and then replicate duplicates of those from whom it has stolen memories. And it managed to steal all of your memories before you figured that out. And so you all still have your memories, but now it does too. And it told you, as you discovered it, fought it, and perhaps fought it into a change in strategy, it offered to show you the way through this strange diversion in the desert so that you might reach the tree in exchange for, not killing it. You realized that this was perhaps in your best interests, though I think some of you had mixed feelings. But all of you hurting from an intense battle, you decided to go through with this plan, and You found a stone road through the desert, now revealed, and as it led you around a winding path, you discovered through what seemed like a tunnel in a mountain that wasn't there. Through the tunnel, you see, instead of this enormous tree, an enormous crater. And that's where we left things. But before we investigate this crater, we're going to pick up with Otterkey. And let me get that ready. Here. Okay, get some ambiance playing. So, Otterkey, you were standing there amongst your friends, having just been teleported to safety from that battlefield near the southern mountains and into the desert, and everyone was talking about needing a long rest. And so Ket had cast his magnificent mansion spell, and everyone was preparing to go into it when all of a sudden you felt an intense pressure on the fragment of the stolen moment that was embedded in your hand, feeling almost crushing, and then a flash of purple light, and you found yourself in another place. Suddenly, no longer in the bright, dry desert that you had once been in just a moment ago. Now you find yourself in a desolate alley made of blank black stone walls, black stone featureless floor, foul-smelling rain spitting down on you from a darkened sky, and as the occasional flash of greenish lightning illuminates, you seem to be in a strange alley of passageways about 20 feet wide with 25-foot high sheer walls with no features at all. And you see a long passageway down in one direction, and in the other direction it goes to an intersection where it seems to turn into two more featureless areas. You immediately sense also, because of the nature of your paladin's oath, you have sworn vengeance on all fiends, but demons especially, and you just immediately are overwhelmed. This place reeks of them. It's not even quite accurate to say you can tell there are some here. This is where they're from. The very essence of this plane just emanates that foul energy.
Wow.
Doesn't seem great.
No. It smells awful. It does not
Yeah.
seem great. And well, I want to touch a wall to make sure it's not an illusion.
Yep, you do. The stone is cold. It is not perfectly smooth. It's kind of weathered and old feeling, but it is, does not seem to have any seams or features or openings in it.
Okay. I'll go ahead and cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself.
That's probably a good
It'll
decision.
give me some 10 minutes against, fiends and undead nastiness.
Make a perception check.
Oh, he'll try, and he'll get a 1.
Oh dear. So, yes,
Never been very.
you are so disoriented. Your divine senses are just overwhelmed by this place.
seem to really be here, so... show yourself, whoever summoned me.
Nothing.
Gonna be games, then. All right. Well...
So,
I'll,
to one direction, you see a long alley-like passage that goes on as far as you can see. The other direction seems to go to an intersection, but otherwise also continues straight. As far as you can
so I'll
see.
go towards the intersection.
As you make your way towards that intersection, you reach it and you see that ahead of you, it continues on to another intersection. To the left, another passageway continues on. To your right, another passageway continues on. There is, as far as you can tell, other than the fact that there are intersections at odd intervals, there doesn't seem to be any difference that you can discern between one direction or another.
Mm-hmm. And the walls, did you say they go up into a dark ceiling, or they just go up?
They're about 25 feet tall, and above it is a dark overcast sky.
Right, dark overcast sky, okay. Then I'll go ahead and do Misty Step 30 feet up to the top of the wall.
As you Misty Step, you poof into a cloud of smoke and appear at the top of the wall just as an extended clap of lightning illuminates the world around you for a moment, and you see a labyrinth that stretches for miles around you in every direction. But in one direction in particular, looming above the perspective is hard to process because it feels like this place must somehow be miles tall, looming over you, and yet still impossibly far away. It is a fortress that looks half demolished and then rebuilt in a chaotic mix of different architecture styles. But boy, does that look like an unpleasant, hostile place. And then as the lightning fades and your eyes adjust once again, you realize you are in a nasty place.
Well, I think that's where I want to go, so I'm going to walk along the wall.
Okay.
So that I can try to find my way there without having to go through an actual maze. Try to see if I can stay on top of the wall and navigate across the maze.
Make either an intelligence or a survival check.
Let's see, both pretty bad. Oh no, intelligence is better, so hey. 13.
Okay. You feel like, especially from your vantage point here up at the top of the wall, you have some degree of advantage compared to what it would be like trying to navigate this maze from the ground. But nonetheless, you realize that after a certain point, to continue in the direction towards the castle, the wall you are on has reached a dead end point. And so you could backtrack and go around and try to find some other way that you could walk along a wall and continue in that direction. Or you could go back down to the level below, the floor below and continue in that direction. But you also generally feel after walking for a little while that this fortress in the center doesn't seem any closer.
Well, is the whole thing like do a dead end? So if I were to jump down, it would be a dead end?
Well,
In the
no. So
corridor?
you are on a wall that reaches a
Right.
dead end because it is, there is the maze pathway on the ground extends around it. If you follow me.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump down,
Okay.
and I'm pretty tired and hurt, so
Want to
I'm
make
gonna.
an athletics check for me, jumping down?
Oh yeah, it's 25 feet.
Yeah.
24.
24.
Athletics,
I think you land just fine. There's no problem.
Athletics, I'm good at.
Yeah. You do a very cool. You know that landing in the superhero pose is actually bad for your knees, and so you don't do
Right.
that. You do the appropriate kind of tuck and roll, like skydiving landing. So as you land down there, and as you kind of spin around, as you're kind of rolling, you realize that you do feel something. It was subtle, and you're not really familiar with the feeling, but as you were kind of spinning around, you felt a little bit like there's something pointing you in a certain direction, and you sort of felt it going around you as you spun.
Okay, then I'll try to hone in on it.
Right. So make a charisma check.
Charisma. 18.
All right. You do feel something now that you kind of know what you're feeling, and this is similar to your divine sense and how it feels when you sense a powerful demon or devil near you. It feels a little bit like that, but it is more than that because it's not just a direction. You feel like you know which way to go. Not just that way, but you know to turn left here and then take the second right and then take the next left. Somehow you know how to go.
Okay.
You know which way to go, and more to the point, you feel like you know which way to go because you belong at the center. So just like when you lift a heavy weight, it feels right to put it down. This feeling you have feels like to follow this maze is to become more yourself. Is to be set down an unpleasant burden you've been carrying.
Okay. I like that feeling. I'll follow it.
Make another perception check.
11.
Okay. So, let me. I suppose I could have my dice actually ready. Now I can do that.
No, you roll.
Okay, so with an 11, you are taken off guard, not hearing the thundering of hoofbeats until this thing is upon you. But as you are, distracted following this strange inner feeling of direction, a strange creature runs up towards you and begins to attack. And so we're going to roll initiative.
Hey.
I didn't have all my stuff as ready as I thought. Yay! All right. Okay, so what was your initiative roll?
15.
All right. Okay. So you are surprised by this thing, and also it rolled higher than you, so it's actually going to get 2 turns before you get to go. So, and we're going to go to our map. And Where did I just had your token. So, you are in this strange network, and you are faced by this thing, or this thing. It is a strange centaur-like creature, but with horns and an enormous, awful-looking mouth, and its tail ends in a serrated blade. And it is bigger than you.
Wow.
It as it stands, it's, the tips of its horns are a good 12 feet off the ground. And so it, you know what? I'm just gonna, yeah. So it's attacking you. So, you know what? Instead of giving it 2 full turns, I'm just gonna give it advantage on its first round of attacks. All right. You are super lucky because its very first attack, where it tries to stomp you with its forehooves, misses, even as it's coming after you. But then... and then it slashes at you with its claws, too. And it has missed twice, despite having advantage on both attacks. And then as it is zooming past you, it makes a swipe at you with its serrated tail as well.
Oof.
And that one's going to get you. And that's a 25 to hit.
And hits.
All right. Okay, and that is 20 slashing damage.
Oops.
Oh, you know what? With your protection of good and evil should have made it. Does it have to make a wisdom?
Disadvantage.
Just disadvantage? Okay, well, so technically, with that, so the actual results are the same, but so it should not have had advantage. It should have been a straight roll, but the 2
Right.
misses and the 1 hit would still be the correct result there. But okay, so yes, it snarls at you. Its ambush thwarted by unexpectedly finding you protected in a way that it did not expect, and it snarls at you in abyssal, which you understand, and and it basically just says, "You think to rule this place? That is my destiny, not yours." So now it's your turn.
All right.
Get us some bad music here. Okay. All right. Battle music.
Battle music.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah.
All right. So, let's see. Well, I'm already concentrating, so... So, let's see. I'm going to... Oops. Yeah, I don't want to do another concentration thing, so I'm just gonna pull out my sword and attack it, because
All right.
I don't like being swung at.
Yeah. This thing
Oh,
is
that's
100%
rude.
a fiend, so any of your, like, swords stuff that...
Mhm.
or any of your stuff that applies to that.
Yeah. Okay. Demon Slayer. All attacks against fiends are taken with advantage. Yeah. Third up swing. Team. Which is a 27.
The 27 for sure hits.
To hit?
Yeah.
And it does leaner. 8 points of magical slashing damage.
8. All right.
And I will add in my smite. Oops. Oh, I'm at a 4th. Out of those spell slots.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was not rested from last time either. um, but so my blinding smite will add in 3d8 of damage. 11 points.
All right.
And he does a save. Constitution save.
Constitution save. That's only an 8.
So failing Constitution save is blinded until the spell ends. Blinded for a minute.
Well, so that as you slash out with your sword, it flares with this radiant energy, and you see it cutting through this demon's flesh in a way that it leaves not just a cut or a slash, but burning, melting flesh, and the creature's eyes are dazzled, and it's holding its hand up and snarling in frustration. Ah!
I'm gonna say, I don't want to rule anything. I just want to get out of here.
And is that your? Do you have another attack or?
Oh yeah, actually I do. So do another swing with let's see, 18. Yeah, it's another 27 to hit.
Yeah.
And does 1d8 plus 6 and 7 points of slashing damage.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So. Is there more or?
No, because the bonus action was already.
Are you doing your
done.
improved
Cool.
divine smite damage?
Oh, I totally forgot about that. I forgot that's a thing now.
Yeah. Don't
Which
forget
is my
it.
improved divine smite. Whenever you hit with a melee weapon, target an extra 1d8 of radiant damage.
So that's 2 of those.
2 hits. Another 13.
All right. Yeah, so you've done significant damage to this thing in your initial volley of attacks, and as it snarls, recoiling from this damage, it is going to continue to attack, but it says, "Just want to leave. Why do you lie to yourself? I can feel your destiny boiling within you." And it's going to continue to attack, but it's at double disadvantage. I mean, it's just still disadvantage, but it's a disadvantage because it's blinded and because of your spell. So you could actually probably drop the protection from good and evil if you wanted because it's blinded, but
Right.
up to you.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, so that is still a 23 to hit with its hooves.
That hits.
All right. And that's going to be minimum damage. 7 bludgeoning damage for that attack.
Okay.
And then it goes after you with its clawed hands, but misses. Slashing at you ineffectually, nowhere near where you are. And then lashing out with its long serrated tail. Oh, that one gets you with another 23 to hit. Alright. And that is 19 slashing damage.
Okay.
Alright. That's its turn. It says, "I can smell your blood. It will be my feast for tonight."
All right. And we're not going to do this in the easy way. Yeah, I'm just going to do a straight up attack again. Well, yeah.
You heard it pretty bad last time, for sure.
Yeah.
And remember, your attacks are all at advantage.
Oh, and that's a crit.
Again, doubled because you normally would get advantage. Oh, you got a
Right.
crit? Nice.
I got a crit.
All right.
So, yeah. That'll do. Plus the radiant. 20 points of slashing and radiant combined.
That hurts this thing. It's pretty hurt now. It's looking bad.
And I'm going to hold the spell slot, I think, and just do another attack. That's a 10, so even with advantage, let's see, that's 10 plus 9, so 19.
Yeah, that still hits.
All right.
This thing is kind of it's big. It's not, you know.
It's 13 points. Oh wait, no, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points.
Okay. 18. Yeah, this thing is not all the way down yet, but it's really bad. All right. Is that your turn?
And yeah, I don't think. Let's see, do I have any bonus? No. Nah.
All right.
I will hold fast.
You can see this thing is on its last legs, but it is desperately flailing at you in its blinded state, continuing to try to attack. That's only a 15 with the hooves.
Misses.
And that's a 12 with the claws.
Miss.
And that would be an 18 with the serrated tail.
Miss.
It is flailing around pathetically, trying to hit you, doing everything it can, giving every last little bit of its hateful energy, trying to destroy you, but to no avail.
I shall strike again. Oh, sorry. 20. That's right. 25.
Yep.
Keep forgetting it's the bonus is plus 9. The math is not that hard. 12 points.
All right, and with that, you slash this thing's head off. It tumbles to the ground, and then both the head and the body immediately start to boil and melt and dissolve into black slime. And you feel in your heart that you know when on the material plane you defeat a devil or a demon, it is simply sent back to its native plane. In humiliation, perhaps, but not truly dead. But here, on the abyss, this thing is gone forever. You have destroyed it utterly. And it feels pretty good.
Yeah. Boring conversation anyways.
And you look up in the direction that you can feel that this enormous fortress lay, and the part of you that made this vow says, why would you go anywhere else when your enemies are here? But then you feel this pressure once again on your hand, and you find yourself once again pulled into a flash of purple light. And now you are no longer in this labyrinth anymore. You are instead on an enormous battlefield in what was perhaps once a huge redwood forest, but now many of the trees have been destroyed and cleared by the epic scale of this battle, as you see armored women on winged horses swirling around a 40-foot tall cyclops as men in armor fling spears at it from the ground in an epic battle. And you can see that all of them are thrilling to this glorious battle. And you realize that there is something to this. You see that these people truly understand what it's like to find life in battle. And this enormous Cyclops is hit in the eye by one of these Valkyries slashing across it, and it's starting to stagger backwards, and you realize, oh, it is staggering backwards right at you. Please make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Dex. 7.
All right. You realize you are so startled by this sudden change in location that as you stagger backwards, actually, you know what? You do have inspiration. I'll remind you.
Oh, true, yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that. I haven't used that ever. 20.
All right.
That's better.
You realize for a moment that this thing is about to fall down and crush you, but then you find within yourself one last little reserve of life energy that allows you to dash out of the way and just clear the area as this thing crashes down dead near you. And this armored woman riding this winged horse circles around and lands on its chest and looks down at you and says, "You're new here, aren't you?"
The newest.
Do you enjoy the glory of battle?
Indeed, I do.
Then you have come to the right place, my friend. She holds down her hand to pull you up onto her horse.
All right.
All right.
Got good vibes.
Yeah. So she pulls you up onto the back of this winged horse and then sails off. And she says, "The sun grows low on the horizon, my friend. The day's battle is done, but tonight we feast, and tomorrow it begins again."
I like the sound of that.
And so she takes you to this enormous hall where there is all manner of different foods spread out in just this enormous banquet. And there are warriors there eating and drinking and celebrating the victories of the day. And what you learn from hearing them is you realize every day whoever is slain here comes back to life in the morning to battle again the next day. And it takes this glory of battle and makes it eternal. And you feel like you could belong here. But then you feel this pressure in your hand again.
Uh-oh.
Once again, a flash of purple light, and you find yourself now in a wasteland. You realize you're standing on like a floating rock in a tumultuous chaos of landscape that makes no sense. There's no sky, there's no ground. There's fire in the sky over there. There's stars over there. There's ocean. This place has no order to it. It is form without reason. But you realize just intuitively that it just simply awaits someone with the will required to bring order to it. You are tumbling in a void, but you find with a thought, you stop yourself from tumbling. Now you are floating, not falling. An enormous clump of stone and earth flies towards you, and you stop it with a thought. You realize that this place is true chaos, but someone with the right will can make chaos into whatever they like.
That's both cool and terrifying. Something I forgot to do before. I'm going to go ahead and lay hands on myself for 30 points.
All right, yeah.
Because I'm
You
getting
find-
very low.
You find that as you are here, you are able to just restore yourself to full health with all your spell slots, as though you've had a long rest, but just with a thought.
Wow. It's like that option paralysis. You could literally do anything, but what?
Yeah.
How
So
about yeah.
you are there considering that for a while. You conduct a few small experiments and start to get a sense of the true power that you could wield here with your strength of conviction and what that might allow you to do. But as you are starting to get a glimpse of the full potential, once again, this pressure in your hand, and then a purple flash, and you are standing back with your friends in the Lorenz Desert, in a strange sort of optical illusion of a landscape. On one side, you see the unbroken desert, and then you feel like you're somehow in a small, short tunnel, and on the other side is a completely different landscape with a dark sky and an enormous crater. And also, all of your friends are really surprised that you just appeared in a flash of purple light.
Poof.
What the
Bam.
fish?
Do I still feel rested?
Yes.
Cool. I'll click the confirm button.
Archie, where did you
That
come
was-
from?
that
Where did
was
you
different.
go?
Where did you come from? Archie Joe?
Is
I
it
had a
real,
weird.
real otarchy?
I had a vision. Yeah, I think I'm real.
I pinch him.
Ow! I feel that.
No,
I
it's
look
not
at
an
his
illusion.
feet and make sure he's not like coming from some other red thing 10 feet away.
Make an investigation check or a perception.
Yeah, like of all the weird things that we've seen today, this is probably not the weirdest.
19.
You don't see any sort of a slime tether.
Have you felt any pressure in your shards? It
Is that code for something? I don't know.
I was-
Is that a code
Well-
word?
my shard it transported me to several different planes, I guess. Places, different planes, different feelings.
I'm gonna
An evil place. And
You poke him, he feels.
doesn't feel goopy at all.
Nope.
Is he wearing that ring?
goopy. No.
Do you still have the ring?
Did I have a ring?
I'm trying to remember which ring you mean.
I don't
Ring
remember.
of detection or whatever that was called.
Bracelet.
Or charm, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
non-detection charm. He does have it. Yes.
Yeah.
Although you know
Oh, yeah.
that the Oblex was able to create duplicates that appeared to have all of the clothes and armor or whatever.
Yeah.
I have not removed it. I had to fight this evil centaur demon, and
I can do an insight check.
So make a persuasion roll, Archie, and against Alaric's insight.
persuasion. 20.
21.
Well, so I think in this case, though, you're 21. Like, yeah. So
You couldn't have made
yes,
that story up. He's not that good.
he is.
No.
You can tell
Excellent.
Alaric that that as far as this person you're seeing is concerned, they believe they are telling the truth. You think?
So there's this giant hole here.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are we? I was, because we
You're-
were in the desert.
You were gone for like 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, if you find an oasis in the desert, just keep walking.
Incidentally,
Yeah.
you notice that Melicanth is watching and listening, but she is acting very reserved.
And I don't know
I'm gonna
how.
poke her too.
Oh no, she stop it. I just figure it's best to be wary. We have been fooled by those who can disguise themselves before, quite recently, as a matter of fact.
Well, Cat
Just be
had
careful.
created the mansion, and we were going to go in, and I had this pressure from the shard, and it teleported me to this other plane, and then to another plane, and then to another plane, and back here. I don't know if
Arwen approaches you cautiously and sniffs at you, and then nuzzles around your foot.
hey there.
Okay, I believe the rabbit.
Seems legit to me.
So is this something that's going to happen?
Oh yeah, we had some fresh veggies in that bag of holding.
I have it. I took it because you put it down. Here you go.
Oh, good. Yeah. She's got fresh vegetables in there, just so you know.
Okay.
How fresh they are now.
Yeah. There's a
That's
coffee
so-
convention garden in there.
We're going to be a little cautious, Outerkey, because we just fought an oasis.
Melicanth will just say,
Oh,
Otterkey, I believe that it's you, but I would urge you to not say too much of what you've just experienced aloud. We have all just been through an experience where a creature claims to have stolen our memories and to now know everything we know. But if you have truly rejoined us now, as it seems that you have, it has not stolen your memories. So everything you know could be valuable if it is
Okay.
not shared openly where others might hear it.
It's more borrowed than stolen, but otherwise pretty much correct.
seems reasonable.
Well, borrowed would
Except in the
suggest
case
we
of-
would get them back.
I used
Except
the
in-
word that it used. I don't know.
Well, it did
So
steal
we-
amethyst, I suppose.
You heading towards the city and the tree?
Well,
Where are we?
that was
There's
the
a big
idea.
crater where the city used to be.
Oh,
So before
no.
we go down in this thing, I am just going to sit down, and I would like to take a short rest.
I think that personally I need more than that.
I need a long rest.
Yeah. I mean, we could set up a little camp here. We're far enough away from the.
Do we
The
think
place.
it's safe?
Is this
We will
illusion
keep
going to
watches.
keep us from seeing it again, or is this a temporary pulling back of the curtain, or what?
You, I was imagining that Archie rejoined you as you were passing through this feeling of like what seemed to be a tunnel through this layer of apparent illusion, although it's clear that it's far more powerful and sophisticated than your garden variety illusion.
If we look back, do we see the distant tree and city that we were looking at before?
Yeah, it's imagine that there is a mountain with a tunnel through it, right? But when you are outside, instead of the mountain, you see what looks like more desert. But through the tunnel on the other side, you see what's really there.
So does anybody think this is the dragons doing or something else?
Dragon.
Oh,
Oh yeah, there's a dragon.
From
It's-
what the creature said, that it would be, it was the goop creature causing the illusion, and it was to the dragon's favor because it doesn't want anyone here.
I figured that was just the goop creature that fed off of anybody who wanted in.
Well, it does it for the dragon to keep people out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of arrangement.
Yeah.
Or
But
you
yeah,
eat
so
my
there's a
enemies
dragon.
and I don't kill you. You know, that kind of
Mhm.
arrangement.
Yeah.
So maybe we should like just kind of bunk down for the night here. I mean, I can't cast the mansion, but I mean, we could keep watch, and
Yeah.
We'd
maybe
better.
just regain our
Yeah.
composure, man, because we just been through a lot, dudes.
When we say crater, I'm assuming first of all this is huge. But is it possible to see the bottom of the crater, or is it like a hole?
Not from where you are, but yeah, this thing, this crater looks like it's perhaps 2-3 miles across, and it looks like it is steep along the side, so it goes very deep. So from where you are, which is still maybe a half mile from the rim, you can't see the bottom.
Well, I don't feel like being a dragon snack at the moment. I feel like I
I think-
already have been.
I'm pretty well rested. I'll certainly keep watch. And
I mean, we can take turns too.
I'm with you, Alark. I
Yep.
could use a nap.
Yeah. Anybody got any food? Yeah, I didn't think so.
I've got rations. It's gets you through.
Rations and good berries.
Water?
Yeah, I got some fresh water.
We brought water with us, didn't we?
Feathercrest kind of just looked like she's idly wondering, just says, I wonder if that thing could really create food and water. Probably not. I guess it wouldn't really need to because didn't have anyone to feed.
Probably it was just its own stuff getting in you, taking you over or something, or eating you from the inside.
There was no one really there. They were all illusions.
Yes.
Okay, so if I can get a nap, I can do that for us. I need to rest a little while.
Yeah. Now I'll break up the bedroll, I guess. Do I still have a bedroll? The hell do I have?
Well, you guys do have one fortunate thing, which is that this little tunnel that you're in does seem to block the worst of the blowing winds.
Actually, if they're still blowing winds, I'll set to building up a bank so we can hide behind it.
Okay. Well, so the question is, if you want to be in the little tunnel, or if you want to be on either side, or where do you want to be as you set up this camp?
Probably as close to the hole as possible. That way it's not going to wander off on us in the middle of the night.
If we can be, if we're in this tunnel, though, we'd be shielded from any wind or any elements.
Well, occasionally the wind kind of swirls around to where you get a little bit of a gust, blowing through the tunnel, but it's probably still better than just being exposed.
I say we stay in the tunnel.
Yeah, that would be
And-
my vote.
If we set up watch, we could have 2 people watching both ways. Like one person watching each way.
Yeah, okay.
Melicanth has been kind of studying the whole thing and says, this is a very powerful enchantment, more than just an illusion. But as long as we are more on the inside than the outside, I suspect that if it were to close, we would simply be pushed to the inside.
Anybody got any stakes and some rope? We could make a pathway back just to make sure. If we can't see or the winds pick up, we can follow that.
Yeah, I've got in my backpack. Yeah.
I'll set to that then.
All right. So you're making just like one of those rope trails like they do in blizzards.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
and-
hoping to anchor it on the actual stone of the crater itself.
Okay.
Oh, it's
I've got
Well, so
pitons
that
and a
was-
hammer and rope.
So that was like half a mile away from where
Oh,
you were
crap.
in the tunnel.
Okay.
So,
Is there any stone at all, or is it all sand?
Not that
well,
much.
there is this road that was only revealed when you were given, permission.
Yeah. I'll
So-
try to find something solid to anchor it in.
Yeah.
I'll bury the end if not.
Yeah, you can find anchor points.
Melican,
Yes.
didn't you say that you also have that same pocket dimension thing that Ket has?
I do, but I am afraid there is difficulty in spell slots, as I think Kat is experiencing too. If I were to cast it now, I would not be able to teleport us away in the event of an emergency.
Okay.
Do we think we're going to leave now? We might never
Anything
find our way
could
back in.
happen.
Yeah, I think like anything could happen. I think that's just been kind of proven that anything can happen out here, So I think it's better to have the ability to leave quickly than it is to sleep in a comfortable bed tonight.
That was my thinking.
Is there any way we can prevent your shards from taking you away, like Otterkey? Any way we can anchor you here too?
Melicanth approaches you, Otterkey, and without really saying anything, she just kind of like gestures towards your hand like she'd like to examine it.
Sure.
So she takes your hand and her eyes kind of flash for a moment as she's examining it. And then she lets it go and she says, "There is no change that I can tell from before when I had examined it. I'm not sure. I believe that whatever happened to you, it might have been an effect produced by factors outside yourself using the shard as an anchor rather than something the shard itself did.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it returned you to where we are rather than to where you left suggests that it does still have a connection to the other shards.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
And I was intrigued too because what happened to you seemed to resemble what your comrades here have described of Mugen's disappearance. Am I correct in this? She's turning to the rest of you.
Well, we didn't fully see it. It was very, very sudden. I believe it was Alaric pushed out of the way, and then a flash of purple, and there was nothing. There was no Mugen.
Well, perhaps we can hope then that if if Otterkey was returned, then perhaps there is hope that Mugen may return at some point as well.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it has been longer.
And it seems to work outside of the magics that these protection charms work with. I mean, it was still tethered to itself, to the other shards. It's kind of supersedes that.
Yes.
Well, you came out okay, Otterkey. I'm sure the Mugen is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're setting up camp? If you guys want to have more conversations, that's fine. Otherwise, we can go ahead and kind of move to the long rest.
Cuckoo.
Long rest for me.
All right.
Yeah.
So Otterkey said he was staying up to watch. Melicanth, like Nira, only needs 4 hours of like trance, which she suggests that that the two elves could alternate that, so that there's always at least one more person awake. But then everyone else should be able to sleep.
Okay.
Do you want to sleep first, Nira? I think Melicanth would suggest that because she didn't actually take any damage in the fight.
Yeah, I'm down pretty far.
Yeah,
So
so it probably makes sense for you to go first then. All right. So, is everyone else hunkering down then?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So, all of you, or at least Autarky, no, excuse me, not Autarky, because he's not asleep, but Nira, Cadence, Amethyst, Alaric, Ket, and Feathercrest, and in fact, even Arwen, are at a very fancy dinner, like a dinner party. Alaric, this is your feasting halls back in Barrier Mountains. Nira, this is your family's reception hall for formal ceremonies. Cadence, this is back in your home city. It's your family's, like where special events would happen, like weddings and so on, and all of you are together at this big table, and you're all very happy and relieved because you know that your adventure is over. You succeeded. Everything's great now.
More ale. Keep it
yeah,
coming.
more ale.
None for me, please.
You've got to try it. It's special.
Oh, Lark, man. You've been twisting my arm for this whole adventure.
I'm telling you, this is the real stuff. This is the stuff that dwarven dreams are made of.
All right, man.
Live a
Just for
little.
you, I'll take a sip.
That's a good cat.
I didn't realize that I didn't mean to leave out Amethyst there. Amethyst, you don't specifically recognize this place, but it is this beautiful, like, outdoor sort of garden where like a table has been set up and there's just the bounty of nature all around you.
Love, love, love.
So as you guys are kind of just enjoying and just the company of each other and just this relief of knowing that you have all accomplished greatness, you realize that your host has arrived. It is a tall wood elf gentleman who is very lithe, but he's got a very welcoming, friendly smile as he approaches the table, and he offers a toast to everybody's great success. And you can't quite remember what his name was, but he played a critical part in the conclusion of your epic tale, and frankly, it's a little embarrassing that you don't remember his name, but he's your host here, and so he's a good guy.
I lean into Nira and I'm like, what is his name? Do you remember?
I don't know, but he's a good dude.
Yeah, he's really handsome.
Oh, I agree. You thought so too?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
Yeah, I wish I could remember his name though. I feel bad.
yeah, it's like right there on the tip of my tongue.
If I may have everyone's attention, ladies and gentlemen, I know that we're all enjoying tonight's revelry, and I wouldn't want to interfere with that. But we all know what happened towards the end of that epic tale, don't we? And everyone all around is just cheering, yay! But I think that what we would all really like to know is everything that led up to their arrival in the Lorenz Desert. Isn't that what we all want to hear, everyone? Everyone, yay, yay! And so each of you take in turns telling in exhaustive detail the whole adventure from start to finish, leaving nothing out. you spill everything.
Wow.
And the crowd is just eating it up. It's great. And it's just it's such a relief to be able to stop holding all these secrets inside you and to just you're done. Isn't that great? And then Nira, after your 4 hours of trance, you come awake with everyone else still sleeping, and you just realize you're not done. You have no idea who that was, but you just told in that dream everything that's happened to you for pretty much everything up to your current point.
That's not good. That's not good. Who else is awake right now? Is Milligan?
Otterkey and Melicanth were awake, and she was sort of just studying some books, but she was waiting to take her turn doing her trance.
Okay, well, I'm going to, because I think she might know better, I'm going to go over to Melicanth and explain what just happened and something's not right.
And she kind of she listens to you with, like a concerned, thoughtful expression, and just says, I wonder if it is perhaps an after effect of the Oblex's intervention. I confess I don't fully understand what it claimed to have done with us, but I have also felt something as we have entered this region. There is an aura of sorts. We have entered the domain of something, and I know the Oblex said that it guards its secrets carefully. It may be something related to that.
Do you think it's the dragon? Would a dragon have that sort of ability?
I have never heard of a dragon that had such an ability. But it is true that very powerful creatures, such as ancient dragons, do shape the landscape around them, much in the same way that powerful spirits do.
Guess you've never met Sitzlebeck.
No, I've met Sitzlebeck. I remember I was investigating the temple where you were all sealed for 100 years, because, of course, I've met Sitzlebeck.
I wonder if it's something similar to that, or if it's an actual dragon rather than a spirit.
It's hard to say. In any event, between you and I, have cast upon myself a mind blank spell. It did not prevent the Oblex from doing whatever it claimed to do, which I still hesitate to believe entirely what it says it has done. But it should protect me from having anything read my mind. I don't think we can just assume that it was just a dream you had.
It didn't feel that way. Something's off.
But I also don't know that we can avoid having everyone rest.
Yeah, it's unavoidable. So,
in any event, Otterkey, you are still feeling chipper?
Yes. Yeah.
Perhaps if we can delay your long rest for now, I suspect everyone else who is asleep will have already gone through what you did, Nira, so perhaps we should let them rest.
agreed.
I think I will defer my own long rest as well. I was not injured in the last battle, and though I will be weary, perhaps it's best to not risk.
Well, I won't disagree that there might be things in your head it's better that it not know.
Well, to hear the creature back at the oasis tell it, it knows everything that I knew already anyway. It did seem to know things that I certainly would not have told it or even thought aloud, and I did have the mind blank spell active. There is magic here that I don't fully understand.
And if this is something else, then it wouldn't have that advantage going in.
Best to avoid any risks we can.
Agreed.
All right. So she is going to, stay and avoid her transfer now, which means that she needs to make a Constitution check to see if she suffers from 1 level of exhaustion.
Can I boop her with guidance? Will that help at all?
Yes, you can. And so let me roll that d4 and see. She got a 3 on the d4, which bumps it up to. Hang on, I have to see what her Constitution modifier is. It's probably not great. That's not her thing. Let's see. So that actually makes a 14. So I think she does not have a level of exhaustion. But in the meantime, though, I think we let everyone else complete their long rest.
And when they wake up, I can use create food and water.
Huzzah!
All right. So I think once you all complete your long rest, you do awake feeling refreshed, but probably a little unsettled with the same realization that Nira had upon awaking, which was, that was a very pleasant dream that I'm now a little bit concerned about.
I really miss Garnet Stout.
This is the best I can do. It's a little bland, but it'll keep you fed.
What is this anyway?
Magic.
It's
Yeah.
an Ambran.
Conjured.
45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water. And it's kind of bland, but it'll keep you fed and watered.
Yep. It is nutritious and filling, but not especially tasty. Like it's just.
It's better than anything we've had to eat in the last 2 days, so it's okay. Thank you, Nira.
Yes, thank you, Nira.
So,
And Melicanth will explain to the rest of you what she and Nira discussed, in the sense that she chose to forgo her own long rest to avoid, to avoid the risk of whatever that dream was happening to her as well.
I wonder if this will work. I'm going to wave my hands over some portion of the food
Okay.
and make it taste like breakfast cinnamon buns.
All right. So as soon as you do that, it does not change in appearance, but it tastes like breakfast cinnamon buns.
Just close your eyes and eat. Trust
Does
me.
it do it for everybody?
Yeah. All of the food now tastes like that.
Wow.
Ooh.
I hate cinnamon. Oh, Lark, what did you
What do you like then?
Oh,
I got
God.
more than one trick. I can do it again.
I don't know that I want to eat cinnamon for 24 hours, but
I'll
But
change
think
it.
of the bready goodness. Like, oh,
Thank you for...
Mashed
And
potatoes.
there's no
and
butter, but I can still taste butter somehow. It's like,
Thank
Recipe
you for
change
staying
more
awake,
than food,
Melican.
mashed potatoes and gravy. Still looks like loopy.
It now tastes like mashed potatoes and gravy.
okay, that's just.
This
weird.
is basically a cantrip that can do this, so that's not. Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. Garnet Stout. Weirdly, the bready goopy stuff tastes like really strong dwarven beer.
weird.
So any leftovers that we can fit in the bag of holding, we should take with us, because this lasts for 24 hours. And then
Okay.
it goes away.
I like it.
All right. So, time to get up and moving.
Y'all.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll start walking toward the crater.
All right.
peer down over the edge and go, this does not look
So
good.
something you do start to see even as you just approach the rim is that it descends into sort of a misty crater, but before the mist would totally obscure everything, you see sort of a shimmering sphere of some sort of a magical energy that covers the bottom, and it's a very big sphere, but still just enough that it fits kind of like the bottom of the crater. You also see that there is a narrow rocky trail leading around the rim descending in.
How deep is the crater? Can we see
So
it?
it would be probably a half mile down to get to where this sphere is. It is the sides are sheer, like it's very steep. Would require gear to climb down, but as I mentioned, it does have this slowly descending road that goes around the circumference, descending down and reaching that level of the sphere. Maybe like 3/4 of the way around. And at that point, even the road like enters where this sphere is, and there's mist kind of hovering around at about that elevation.
Does the stone around the outside look flaky, or is it solid?
You see that as you approach the rim of the crater, there is a lot of the sand of the desert, but that it starts to trail off with the stone kind of rising up to be a little bit like a ridge that seems to keep the sand from just pouring in. And you can see that stone and the stone forming the walls does seem to be pretty solid. Make a perception check.
Does it look like it was stone tooled as well? Something I'll ask in a moment. But first, 18.
You do see that the walls of the crater do not, but the road does. Like the road was carved by someone or something after the crater was made. And you also spot a few places along the walls, holes that are like maybe 3 feet in diameter that look like they might have been tunneled by something.
And the stairway down, is it broad and wide, or is it made for smaller feet?
No, it's pretty wide. It's like 25 feet wide, and it's not even stairs. It's just like a road.
Was any of this here, Cadence, Ket? This was supposedly where your city was, right?
Yeah.
Did they have a hole in the ground?
As far as you guys can tell, Ket and Cadence, what this looks like is someone took a big ice cream scoop, big enough to hold the entire tree in the city, and just scooped it up out.
Yeah, no. It looks like this is where the city used to be. And it looks like somebody just tore it out.
So, like, either there was some, like, enormous sinkhole swallowed it from beneath, or something lifted it all out. But the point is, there wasn't a hole here, but now there is, and it is right where the city and the tree would have been, as far as you can tell.
There's only one person that knows why this hole is here right now, and that's the dragon.
Maybe not.
I'm going to bet on my fur that dragon is down there somewhere.
Can I use my primeval awareness to sense the dragon?
Yes. So you do that, I imagine. As you feel out, you do feel, this same draconic presence that you felt previously, even stronger because you're closer now, and it is indeed at the bottom of this crater, pretty near the center.
Yeah, if we go down there, that's where we're gonna find him.
Then let's go.
Or her.
And I just start walking down the road.
Hey, Amethyst. Does any of this look familiar to you? I mean, I think of all of us, you were the one that was on the tree the last.
Yeah, no, none of this is at
Totally
all
different.
familiar. Yeah, this
Yeah, it's
is.
totally different. That was
Yeah.
a forest. kind of thing.
And in fact, I think if anything, Amethyst, what sort of tickles at the back of your awareness is that it's you know this is not what it should look like. Which you can't quite explain why you would have an expectation, but you certainly know it's not. It doesn't seem familiar.
Possibly like in an unnatural way.
Right. Well, yeah, you definitely have the feeling that in a way you can't quite explain, this is not how it's supposed to be.
Right. So I share that with them.
Well, maybe on one of the other turns around the wheel, you fix the tree. I don't know. That theory still needs some work, but I like it. Hey, besides, maybe on the previous turn through the wheel, you just uprooted the whole thing and planted it somewhere better than a desert.
Yeah.
Just brief note, don't forget to do your long rest, Amethyst.
Oh. Okay.
I just can see on the little thingy that, yeah, anyway.
I turn back. Are you coming?
Slow today.
Right behind you.
I take out my bow just because I'm ready.
I take a few tentative steps off the side. See if my boots will hold me.
Yep, they do.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
You have
keep
to
a
kind
little
of get past the place where sand is sort of spilling out, but then once you can get on to solid stone, it holds you just fine. Nira and Cadence, I think the two of you have the highest passive perception. I may be wrong, but maybe Amethyst would notice this too. As you start to descend, here and there in shadowy areas, you also see strange little like wisps of something moving around here and there that they look almost like a torn scrap of cloth, like tattered, that's being blown about on the wind. But you see a few of them here and there.
Cadence, do you see that?
Yeah. Does it look like anything that I've ever seen before?
Make an Arcana check.
16.
16. I think I don't think so. I don't think you've ever seen anything like this.
Just as a side note, my thing isn't updating on the sidebar there. I don't know why.
Well, it might just take a while to get there, like it to update. I'm speculating though, but so in any event though, you guys are just making your way down, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least so far, it doesn't
Yep.
seem like you've made really any attempts to be stealthy.
Do you want me to? I was just
nope.
going to say, do you want me to do that without a trace?
Well, Amethyst has that with the staff, like automatically.
Yeah.
I was hoping to kind of sneak off a little bit to the side, not walking down the trail. Instead, walking straight down the side of the wall.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna boop everybody with it anyways.
Well, so are you? I mean, that's going to take you far away from your party pretty quickly, Millard.
Well, does the road go straight down or does it curve?
It curves all the way around the circumference. So it's a shallow descent that goes all the way around the edge of this enormous crater.
I'll just hang out on the side then, walking beside the trail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just instead of up on the road part, you're just kind of down on the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm kind of looking out ahead.
Okay.
I do have a passive perception of 19, so hopefully that'll help.
You do have a passive perception of 19?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you definitely would have also noticed
do.
those things then. I don't know why I thought I didn't remember that it was so high.
It's one of my expertise skills.
Right. So yes, you definitely also saw these things.
I know less about them than they do, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm just on my guard.
I think what you will recognize, though, as you are closer, though, is that these tunnels, you see them, you're not 100% sure, but you think that they might be Umber Hulk tunnels, which are monstrous creatures that occasionally dwarves have to deal with because they live underground, and they're these big, insect-like things. But the key thing about them is that their eyes can like dazzle you, so you have to not look at them.
Are the holes near the road, or are they further away?
No, they're right along the road.
Okay.
I mean, there are some elsewhere, but there are several along the road.
Yeah. Well, I will just let everybody know. I think those are Umber Hulk holes. If they are and something comes out of them, don't look at it directly. They can make you feel a little squirrely.
Yeah.
You're probably fine, Otterkey. You're resistant to just about everything, but still. Might want to keep
Good to know.
working.
Speaking of...
I start running. Leroy! No.
All
Just
right.
gonna walk past
I'm
him
just
like
going to
this.
jump then. Let's see if gravity beats your running speed, buddy.
All right. So I am going to have... someone did cast Pass Without Trace? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys are all going to have to kind of walk in a huddle for that to work on everybody. Because it's a 10-foot radius.
I think it's. Isn't it 30?
I don't think it is.
Hang on. Within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, pass
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
30, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, even better then. Yeah. So you guys don't have to be as bunched up as I was thinking. Lucky you.
Aww.
Do I have everybody's?
Hold hands, guys.
We got your
Speaking
buddy.
There we go. Nero and I.
Just in case, I'll
Trying to
take
find
the time.
everybody's tokens because what I want is a stealth check from everybody.
With plus 10 from the thing. Shoot.
With the plus 10, I'm at a 16.
Wow.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 1, so 25.
Okay.
Wow.
I got
And I'm
40,
feeling great with a
I got
22.
42.
All right. So, as you guys are making your way through, as you're passing by one of these tunnels, no matter how stealthy you're all trying to be, it seems that at least one of these things was sharp enough to notice you. And hang on, let me get my camera zoomed back out a little bit. And we're going to roll initiative as the Number Hulk emerges from one of these tunnels. Number Hulk's initiative is... Okay. I have lots of creatures to... I keep giving you guys NPCs. All right. All right. And then... Three. Okay. Then Amethyst, or excuse me, Melicanth is... that's pretty good. And okay. So what is who's got 20 to 25? Anyone?
I'm at 21.
21.
Ooh.
All right. Okay. Hang on. Let me go ahead and give us some more battle music. Okay. 21. I lost my page in my little note-taking journal. What? No, where'd it go?
You have found my first puzzle.
There we go. Okay, 21. Okay. Who's got 15 to 20?
15.
17.
Autocrease at 15.
Cat was 17?
Yep.
Okay. Who hasn't told me theirs yet?
I have a 4.
12.
Okay.
4. I can't get a 4.
All right.
That's with my +2. Like, hell.
Okay. So, Amethyst, you are first to act as you see one of these creatures that Alaric mentioned coming out of the tunnel, and you recall what he just told you about don't look into its eyes. And so what that means mechanically here is if you guys are looking directly at the creature, you are subject to its thing. Like, so it's actually a little bit too far away from that right now, but when you're within 30 feet, if you are looking directly at it, you have to make a saving throw. Otherwise, what you guys...
Effect?
Huh?
Is that a charm effect?
No.
No. Okay.
But if you choose to say, I am averting my eyes, attacks are made with disadvantage, and you can't make something that says you need to see it, but you are not subject to the effect.
Okay.
That goes for everybody, but Amethyst is up first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to cast Fairy Fire in the 20-foot cube that I'm sure that it's in without looking directly at it.
Okay. I'll
So
let you do that if you want, but I think that even if it makes it easier to see, people still need to... You know what? No, I'm going to allow it because that would normally give advantage, but I'll say that lets you cancel the disadvantage. You can look like away from its eyes, but still kind of have a little bit of a glow to tell you where it is.
Perfect. That's good enough for
All
me.
right. I like that. So, Fairy Fire on that little guy.
The way you say little guy makes me wish I'd held it to see if there was a bigger guy coming out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is your turn. Are you going to move or anything?
No, I'm just gonna hang where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It is Melicanth's turn next, and she is going to avert her eyes and fire a firebolt at it. And she is making it not at disadvantage because of the fairy fire. And she gets a 19 to hit, which does hit. And so that is, let's see, hang on. 4d10. That's 18 damage against that one.
Nice.
And okay, that's yeah. So that one takes it. That's what it does. So that's Melicanth's turn. She is hanging back as well. Ket, you're up. Are you averting your eyes?
Well, I think the spell I want to cast doesn't.
So if you look at it, you could beat the saving throw, but that's the risk you take.
Well, I'm averting my eyes and I'm casting Hold Monster.
Okay.
So that's just it has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
So, but Hold Monster, does it require that you be able to see it? I think it does.
Components
Didn't you
via
say with 30
VSM,
feet
yeah.
we're safe within 30 feet? Or outside of 30 feet?
Also, you're not within 30 feet anyway. But what's your... So, yes, you're right, though. If you're more than
Right.
30 feet away, you are safe. That's right. Thank you for the reminder. So, is the range of Hold Monster More than 30 feet?
Yeah, it's 90 feet.
Okay, great. Yeah, so
Yeah.
what saving throw does it make?
Wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw coming right up. It got a 17.
Oh, that's my DC.
Okay, so
Okay.
unfortunately, you get the sense that it only just made it by the skin of its teeth. It is not especially wise otherwise.
And then yeah, that's it. That's my turn.
Okay. All right, Cadence, you're next.
I'm going to fire off a bow shot at it.
Okay, and you're making it with the averted eyes?
Am I farther than 30 feet away?
Oh, you're right. Again, yes. So,
Yeah.
Would that give her advantage then with fairy fire?
yes.
Sweet.
Okay, I'm going to do sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 17.
A 17?
No, 19.
Okay, 19 hits.
Okay, so that's 18 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay.
And then the second one is a 25.
That hits too.
And that is 24 damage.
Wow. All right, yeah, so that one is looking pretty hurt. All right, Otterkey, you're up.
That one, she says.
As you guys are standing right by another tunnel, right?
I'm going to use a bonus action. Oh no, I guess it's a regular action, isn't it? A regular action. I'm going to cast haste upon myself.
Okay.
And I got to find it so I can mark it off. Boop. Okay. And go ahead and charge towards the thing.
Okay.
I'm going
Are
to get
you
up in
trying
its
to
nasty
avert your eyes?
pincers. And I am going to avert my eyes.
Okay.
For now.
All right.
And it starts hacking at it.
All right, so you make regular rolls, but not at advantage.
Yeah. So with my normal long sword. First one's a 25.
That hits for sure. It's almost like these are creatures designed to be hard for lower level characters.
That does 13 points damage.
All right. All right.
Second attack. Oops. From that. Ooh, it's bad. 13.
All right. Okay. A 13 does not hit.
Okay.
It clangs off of this thing's rocky sort of chitinous armor.
Cool.
All right.
18.
Is that a third attack? Oh, right. Well, but
Yeah,
you had
'cause
to
I'm
use your
hasted.
action to cast haste, though, right? So,
Correct.
So how many additional attacks do you get when you used your action for the spell?
Yeah,
I
then
think
it
it
would
was
just
just
be
one,
one attack action,
Okay,
right?
so yeah, I think
Right.
Yeah. All right, so I
Yep,
think
yep,
that's
yep.
probably it. Okay. All right, Alaric, your turn. And I'll actually go ahead because I'm wanting to reward you for having such a high passive perception. You feel some rumbling beneath your feet, like there's more coming.
Like there's more coming.
Yeah.
All right. Otterkey has that one in hand, so how long does that last? Oh, they both last a minute. That's no good. And there's another tunnel right beside us, but none around otherwise.
No others that you can see near you.
You gotta move.
But
to
you
the front
also
of-
know these things dig tunnels quickly.
Yeah, so it could explode it anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Mirror Image on myself,
Okay.
and
I don't. I need to make more Alaric duplicates tokens so I can. Here, you can have albino dwarf tokens. Is it 4 of them or 3 of them? Mirror
3
image?
duplicates.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
So
Yeah,
they are
I
just-
have albino dwarf tokens, but
They're-
they
they're
actually
really
look
just-
just like you.
They're really just pale copies.
Yes.
And I will take a bonus action shot with
Okay.
the arm.
All right. I think you probably do have to come like right up to the ridge to be able to get line of sight on it, but
Okay.
I'll allow that you do that.
It's still the kind of a blind shot, so
Okay.
because I'm within the range.
You're
Where does
you're
it go?
basically firing at sort of the peripheral glow of the fairy
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, and hoping I don't again shoot one of my own people,
Yeah.
because that happens. Let's see. That is a 26 to hit.
Sure.
Oh wait, sorry. That was with disadvantage, right? So
Well, no, shouldn't be disadvantaged. It's a regular roll because fairy fire
Oh,
is
the fairy
canceling
fire,
out the
right.
disadvantage.
okay. And it is 13 points of fire damage because I have never actually changed the stupid thing.
Okay. This thing is almost destroyed. Like,
Okay.
it's already looking like it regretted coming out of this tunnel. It didn't even get a turn. And in fact, but at the same time, it is maddened with rage. So it's going to attack Otterkey, who's right there in front of it. So it's making 2 claw attacks and 1 with its big mandibles. So first the claws. That is a 25 to hit. Otterkey. So that's going to be, where's my D8? That's 8 slashing damage. And then second claw attack.
Archie, you're getting hit.
Second claw attack was a critical miss. It swings wide. Then it tries to bite you with its big old pincer mouth. And that one is that's another that's a 26 to hit.
Ooh, that
Rolled
hits.
pretty good on those attacks. So that's 8. Wow, 14. Rolled good on damage too. So that's 19 slashing damage.
I think did you get the 8, Archie?
Didn't hear the first one now, so
Oh yeah, so that was
it's 8 and then 19.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
And then I'll use a reaction for my hellish rebuke on that one.
okay,
It
does it make a dexterity saving throw?
that's what I was just trying to double check. 3d10 damage. Yeah, dex saving throw
Well, it got a
for
4.
a half save. So
Yeah, so it got 4. So I think that's a fail.
dex 17. Okay. Where'd my d10s go? I don't use them that often.
No.
There we go.
Not enough
7,
things hit you, obviously.
All right, 16 points of damage.
All right, you kill it. It as it bursts, chomps on you with its pincers. Suddenly, flames erupt from around you and just burn this thing into cinders. Plump.
Cool. And that triggers my flames of Pythagoras. No, it's not Pythagoras.
Flaglos or something, yeah.
Phlegethos.
Phlegethos.
Right.
His
So,
flames are right
Basically,
angle.
when things things do melee damage to me
Yeah.
for the rest of
So
the fight.
Archie
then,
looks like he's wreathed in fire now.
yeah.
All
he's
right.
fine.
So it is Feathercrest's turn, and there's no obvious creatures at the moment, but I think she is going to. She steps a little closer to the ridge over here, and she says, "Those things are coming this way."
Yes.
And so I think that'll
Things
be.
coming this way.
Well, let's see. What else does she?
Things coming this way.
Does she have anything she could do from where? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's gonna fire a firebolt at one of those things, which is it's a ways off, but she's gonna do what she can. Um, that's a 16 to hit, which does hit. So, but I think as she calls out that it didn't do as much. The fire seemed to disappear into it. It was reacted, but not by much. Yeah. All right. Next is Nira. Your turn.
So I know that more of these things are coming, right?
Yeah. You see, they're a little ways out. They're still like 40 or like 60 feet away off out the ridge, but they're moving in your direction. Where did I put my little guys? I have little tokens for them. Yeah, they're these strange, weird, tattered cloth looking feathery things are out there, so they're about 60 feet away.
Well, in that case, I'm going to call the lightning and...
You call it down onto you?
Yep.
Are you going to move further away so that you don't?
Yeah,
hurt
I'm going to
everyone
back
around
up so like I'm not like, hitting anybody, but
All right.
yeah.
Okay, so you back away and then call the lightning and disappear up into the clouds.
Yes.
All right. It is these things' turn, and they move 40 feet closer to you on their turn. Let's see, and so 20 feet away would be. They're all kind of coming up around like this, and one of them you can hear is just making this howling gibberish noise, like it's just talking so fast that none of the syllables could possibly be words, and it's saying just in this desperate, despairing howl. Everyone, I think everyone except Nira, who's up in the clouds, Otterkey, and Ket need to make a wisdom saving throw.
I love that ability so much.
Up in the clouds.
Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
17.
That's
16.
a success. Success.
10.
Okay, that's a failure.
I'm going to go indomitable
Okay.
and try again. Here we go again.
Feathercrest fails. Okay.
Oh, God. Indomitable makes it a 3.
Okay.
That ability's never going to
All
work.
right. So Feathercrest and Alaric fail. Then I think Ket and Cadence, or Amethyst and Cadence both succeeded. So what happens is,
Can I use my reaction?
yeah.
Can I have the arm try to wake me up?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I even bother? 7.
7. Okay. Yeah. So that's still a failure. So
Yep.
Those who failed take 14 psychic damage. Those who succeeded take 7. But those who failed are stunned until the end of your next turn. And then let's see. And then 2 of the others are making this like a whispering sound that you can't quite make out what it must be saying. So Alaric and Feathercrest are both stunned. So I think Amethyst, Cadence, and Ket make a wisdom saving throw.
16.
It's a success.
I too got a 16.
All right.
20.
Okay, you all succeeded, so you are able to resist this maddening influence that it was attempting to inflict upon you. And now, Amethyst and Cadence and Melicanth are getting the same thing. Another one.
$12.
Okay. 12 is a failure. And Melicanth
19.
did okay. Yeah, that's a success. So, Cadence, you are the only one that failed that one. But what happens is that you take. Where's my D8 again? I had it just a second ago. There it is. You take 6 psychic damage, and suddenly you use your reaction. You can't help it, but you just are so briefly panicked by this maddening whisper that you can't think of anything else to do except to just lash out with your weapon, and you lash out with a melee attack against Amethyst.
So do I have to make an attack roll?
Yep.
That is, what is it? Just like a basic attack? What do I add to it?
Just your regular melee attack. Like if you were making any regular, if you were doing a melee attack against anything.
Oh, she'll be fine. 14.
I don't remember what Amethyst's AC is right now.
It's 18.
All right, yeah, so she's okay. But I think Amethyst, you can look over and see in Cadence's eyes as they suddenly sort of clear. Yeah, she was not herself when that happened. It was this, and you felt this thing trying to do the same to you, so you understand what's going on. And as soon as that lashed out attack happens, you're back to normal. Okay, Amethyst, it's your turn now.
I'm gonna reach over and tap Alaric with enhance ability.
Okay.
And that.
He's currently stunned, so.
Oh, he's
he was stunned by that effect, and so he's like hanging limp from his slippers right now.
I don't know what I have that can end that.
I think lesser restoration can fix it.
I'm not carrying that right now.
Oh well.
So
yeah.
I'm still gonna hit him. I think I should still hit him with enhanced ability.
Okay.
With Bear's Endurance. Wait, let me make sure that makes sense. Charisma. So there's different checks: Wisdom, Intelligence, Charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Cat's Grace is Dexterity. Bull's Strength is advantage on strength checks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of those are better than Bear's Endurance, which has advantage on Constitution checks, and it gains 2d6 temporary hit points. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Bear's Endurance on. All
right.
Alaric. So
all right.
2d6. Does he roll that?
Yeah. Well, I think you do.
Okay. 5 plus 5, so that's plus 10 on temporary hit points, Alaric.
All right. Is that concentration, or is it just last for a while?
It lasts for an hour.
Oh, great.
I like that you're finding new ways to keep me alive. This is awesome.
Yeah, well, you got 3 monsters coming at you. I'm especially motivated right now. But that is advantage on Constitution checks.
It
too.
is concentration, though. I just checked.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see the. Well,
you can.
there
It'll
it
last
is.
an hour as
Training.
long as you maintain concentration. That means the fairy fire does drop.
Well, the dude's dead anyways, so
it's true. I'm just saying it does. It drops.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it for now.
Right.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna grab actually Arwen, and I'm gonna move behind Melicanth.
Okay, like here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Priorities.
All right. So it is in fact Melicanth's turn now, And I think that she will come up here and try to get 2 of those things in Cone of Cold. Which, oh, no, it's a 60-foot cone. So, yeah, she can get all 3. Yeah. She's getting all 3 of these things in Cone of Cold. So they are making Constitution saving throws. That's a fail, and a fail, and a fail. Oh, wait, no, one of those was a success.
Oh.
All right. Cone of Cold. 8d8. All right. Okay, 3. 16.
Kind of get the impression we should be Feathercrest's party.
This is actually Melicanth.
Oh.
Melicanth, yeah.
We already are her party.
Okay, yeah, she does 28 cold damage to all 3 of them.
What are those things around Alaric? Are those?
There are other
Those are
mutants.
his.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
His mirror images, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and then... Alright. Yeah, all 3 of these things look like they are significantly, like this flittering, tattering cloth seems to get all stiff and hard, and they're not moving as effectively. And it's clear that they're, a lot of the cloth is like breaking off as it tries to move. Okay, so that is Melicanth's turn. Ket.
I'm gonna move right up beside Melicanth
All right.
and just wink at him or her and just be like, "I like the way you think." And I too was going to cast Cone of Cold on these
Okay.
things.
All right. All right.
So yeah, we'll just stick with that. So Constitution saves all around.
Yeah. That's a 4. That's a 15.
That fails.
That is a 6.
That
All
fails.
All right. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, 19. 3, 4, 5, 6. 41 points of damage.
These things are frozen solid and just immediately tumble, shattering as they impact the side of the canyon and disappearing into the mist below. All 3
Nice.
are just gone.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Cadence, you're up. There's nothing you can see at the moment, but you're starting to hear what Alaric heard a moment ago, that there seem to be... You think there's more of these Umber Hulks coming, and perhaps one from this tunnel right by you.
Okay, is Alaric visibly stunned?
Yes. Well, no, actually, I think you had seen him come, up right on the ridge. I think you basically see his slippers sticking to the ground where he's kind of hanging limp from behind it, but also Feathercrest is also stunned.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to Feathercrest
Okay.
and cast Lesser Restoration.
All right. I think that does wake her up.
Okay.
Can you double check the spell to say I think it does. I'm going to allow that it will.
It said 1 effect.
Okay.
I had it right here.
All right. I think it does. I'm going to say it does.
Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Okay, so it's technically stunned is not one of those, but I'm going to allow that it'll work for this anyway.
Okay.
All right.
And then
yeah.
I want to use the rest of my movement because I know that they're coming out of that tunnel, and I want to move as far back as I can near Melicanth and Ket.
Okay. Like that?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Otterkey.
I'm gonna charge over to Alaric.
Okay.
I've got my hasted movement, so.
Yep.
And I have my cleansing touch paladin ability,
All right.
which says end one spell. Would that unstun him?
This is technically not a spell, but I will allow that. It makes sense to me that it would work. It was a magical effect on him.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to cleanse him.
Does he know which
Alright.
one is me?
Well, so that's a good point. Is it
It
a
says
touch?
a willing creature.
Yeah.
And it is touch.
Stunned. I'm not sure if I'm actually able
Well, I
to
mean,
be
it's
willing.
called cleansing touch. It's got to be touch.
All right. How about this? Make a perception check, and if it beats 15, then you know which one is him. Otherwise, we have to roll it like the spell.
Right on. 12.
Okay. So basically, you're
Oh
going to
my
try to
God.
make a touch and roll your mirror image thing.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That was a duplicate.
Okay.
So now you can try to hit him.
The duplicate does not disappear because it's not damaging. So what I'll say is the spell is not discharged, but you missed him. So you don't lose the
All right.
like the use of the effect, but
Sure.
you did use your action trying to
Okay.
grab one that wasn't him.
I am also standing on the side of the wall, so it's a little bit awkward to begin with.
Yeah,
Trying to
you're-
grab his ankle.
Yeah,
Okay, well, I get 2 actions.
yeah.
I
So
can try to
I'll
go
let
in.
you try that again. And roll as though you have one less duplicate because he knows that one wasn't you.
I rolled a 5, so it's actually me anyway.
Okay, good. He got you. Okay. You come awake, Alaric. You are no longer stunned as this howling,
Cleansing
despairing
to-
babble from this thing has been cleansed from your mind.
What the devil was that thing?
They're gone now.
Evil. And then I have movement, so I want to move right in front of the cave.
Yeah, I think you probably didn't hear them coming, but you saw Cadence like moving away from the.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So like to be like right here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you
Just enough
looking
to
down
piss
into
off
the darkness
casters.
of this tunnel?
I am.
All right.
Looking into its soul.
All right. So it is now the Umber Hulk's turn, and sure enough, one does emerge. Also, one emerges from the side of the wall right here.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. The effect is when you start your turn. So, Alaric, Autarky, when you start your turn, you were looking right at him when he came out. So you'll have to make the saving throw, but it's not until your turn. Okay. It is Feathercrest's turn. She is no longer stunned. I think, though, that she can't help but look. She's startled enough that she can't help but look at this one. So she's going to make the saving throw. Oh, no. She gets a natural 1. So what does that do? Let's see. Okay, have to roll a d8. She gets a 7. And she can't help herself but to make a random melee attack against you, Cadence, because you're the one standing next to her. So she slashes out at you with a dagger and misses.
Oh, good.
Okay, that was Feathercrest's turn. Nira, up in the clouds.
Okay, so here's my question. That thing is on the side of the wall. Is
Yeah.
there more road like below that? Like how far
No,
down?
no, it's way down there. You can't land
Okay.
right on top of it, and everyone else is kind of on the rim along it.
Right. All right. So I'm aiming for the one that's in front of Archie. Is it
Yeah.
like out in the open?
I think it is just emerging from the tunnel, so I don't think you can get him without getting Archie.
I don't really have a choice. Well, I mean, I could land somewhere else, but that does nobody any good.
Ah, he could take it.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, Archie. I'm coming down on that one by him.
Okay, so it's a dexterity saving throw?
I think so. I clicked off there. A second. Call lightning. Yep. Dexterity. 17 has to beat.
Oh man, the Umber Hulk succeeded.
Woof. Archie.
Sorry, dex saving throw. 20.
All right, so that's 2 successes, but still half damage, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm rolling it now.
Okay.
And 10. So that's not much. That's it's a 10 total.
Okay.
If they succeeded, it's 5 but it has the push knockback effect as well.
Yeah. So I think. Well, where did you come down? Like right here, maybe?
Yeah, like right on that thing, like
Like
to hit
right
it.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you knock this thing back into its tunnel. 10 feet. And then Archie, you are
Do I
knocked
still
back
get knocked
almost
back
to the
on
rim.
him?
Oh
Even
no!
though I saved?
Her ability is anytime she does lightning damage.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
Up to 10 feet away. Yeah.
yeah, it's a special Tempest Cleric thing. All
Right
right.
on.
So fortunately, you are not knocked so far back that you go off the edge. All right. Anything
Just a little
else,
tap.
Nira?
And then I'm going to back away from the tunnel as far as I can go, like back towards where the dead one is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can probably get to. I think you could get to there.
Okay.
All right.
That's good.
Okay. It would be the Loop's turn, but then they're all dead. So Amethyst, you're up. Bear in mind these two things are they're looking at you with their eyes. They're hard to look at.
Right.
Wubba wubba.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I knew what I was gonna do, but I'm not sure now. Fuck it. I'm gonna cast
So,
I'm
are
gonna-
you looking at it?
no.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Have either of them taken damage yet?
No. Oh well. Okay. This one just took a little bit from nearest lightning.
Okay. The one that's all up on Alaric, I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Spirit.
Okay. So if you cast Fairy Fire again, then Alaric's enhance ability goes away.
Oh shit! That was why I was questioning whether or not I could do that.
Yeah. Concentration.
Yeah, that keeps messing.
Actually,
me
is
up.
Fairy Fire
And I
concentration?
can't do.
I think
and I
it
can't
is,
do
right?
Healing Spirit either. Yeah, it is, and I can't do Healing
okay.
Seems
Spirit
like it
either,
would
'cause
be.
it's concentration.
Hmm.
Oh come on! Just let me do 3 concentration spells at once, please. Okay, then I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals.
Okay. So no Fairy Fire then? Well,
No Fairy Fire.
Conjure Animals,
oh,
I'm
shit,
pretty sure
that's
is also.
conjure,
Yeah.
That's concentration as well.
You got lots of good concentration spells.
Huh? How about that?
If only there were two of you to both concentrate.
Well, you also
Yeah.
know that Alaric's got his mirror images up, and he's no longer stunned. So
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Blight then, because
Okay.
it's not concentration.
So I think you do have to be able to see what you're casting on. So you can look at them to cast your spell, but you just will have to make the saving throw.
Is that a Wisdom saving throw?
It's a charisma saving throw.
Oh shit! No, I got a +0 on that.
Up to you.
You're within 10 feet of me, so you get a +4.
Yeah.
Let me cast that on that mofo.
Okay. So well, first make a charisma saving throw. You do get the +4.
7.
Oh, alas. So yeah. So you need to. I'm rolling a d8. No, I'll let you roll the d8.
Oh, so I can feel good about blinding myself or whatever. 4.
Okay, so you are just as you start to cast your spell, you just suddenly get transfixed in this thing's weird swirly eyes, and you just kind of stand there like, and you miss your turn.
But do I look cute doing it when I glaze over?
I think you drool a little bit.
That is cute.
Okay, Melicanth's turn. She is trying to avert her eyes, but she's going to try to go firebolt right at this thing because it's right there. But disadvantage because she's averting her eyes. This is not going to do it. No, she misses. The firebolt sails off into the distance. She's going to try to back away. Yeah, you know what? She goes to back away, and she doesn't realize how close it is, and it's going to make an opportunity attack. Which you get to 20, which does hit. And so it's going to do... only 6 slashing damage. She's okay. It kind of tears a little bit of a slice in her dress, and she's got that very fashionable tiny little wound on the upper arm. So, yeah, she backs away, though. All right. Ket.
I want to cast Shatter, but I want to cast it at sort of like that, the top of that hole in the wall comes out, so I can try and cave it in.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, I don't know, it's Constitution save, I don't know how much, I just want to...
Well, yeah, so I'll say that you're going to get it within its radius, so we'll treat it like you're casting there, but you're also hoping it'll...
Yeah,
all right.
I'm hoping it'll do enough damage to, like, at least cave in some rock to slow that one down.
Yeah, it only got an 8 for its Constitution save.
Okay, so... 7, 16... That's 30 points of damage.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say that it does. Some stones do crumble down and partially obscure the tunnel. You think that this thing, if it burrows through the rock all the time, it can probably get through it, but it'll slow it down a little.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna like spend an action to do it. All right, and then in
this enormous cavern, the echo of that shatter is resounding off the fall.
Yeah. And then as my bonus action, that one beside me is within melee range, right?
Well, if you, I would, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll take a stab.
Yeah. Okay. So are you looking at it?
Yeah. Why not?
All right. So make a charisma saving throw.
I'm a bard.
Yeah. You are not within Archie's aura.
Yeah. 13. 22.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. So just a regular attack, right?
It's like you look at his eyes and you see him all swirly and weird, and you're just like, I've seen better. So yeah, your attack is normal.
All right, so that's going to be 25 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, and that's going to be 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 points of.
Okay.
I don't know what. So yeah, 13 points of piercing damage. Piercing damage, yes.
All right.
From my magical weapon. Okay, that's it.
Okay, Cadence, you're up.
Bonus action, Misty Step, 30 feet towards Nira.
Okay. Like here?
Yep. And so I'm like 30 feet away from that one that's up in the corner there. So I'm going to take 2 shots at it with sharpshooter.
Okay. Are you so is it you're going after this one or this one?
The one on the right.
Okay.
Well,
this one.
I don't know. Yeah, that one.
All right. Okay. Yep. So you made yourself more than 30 feet away. I get it.
Yep.
I got you. You're thinking. You're smart. Tactics.
So the first one is 23.
23 hits.
Yeah. And that is 21 points of damage.
Nice.
The second one is 3 minus 5 is 18.
All right. 18 does hit. It just hit.
And that is 22 points of damage.
All right. All right. That is your turn. Otterkey.
Otterkey is going to walk up to Amethyst and do a cleansing touch.
Okay.
To
so you get the feeling that she doesn't need it. This isn't the same as the stunned from the other thing.
Oh, gotcha.
It was like she just spaced out for a second. By the time she came to her senses, it was too late. So cool. she's already fine again.
Cool. And And Feathercrest is too, right?
Yeah, although she's in harm's way for sure if this thing is going to attack again.
Okay. So I'm going to charge right at it.
Okay.
And attack it.
All right.
And I'm looking right at it.
Okay. Charisma saving throw, please.
22.
22 hits. Or, well, no, I guess charisma
Right.
saving throw is a success.
22
It's a success.
saves.
Yes, you're fine.
Man,
The force of the commitment to vengeance in your heart is too powerful for this thing.
All right. I will swing. First one is 18.
All right. 18 just hits.
11 points of damage.
All right. It's looking pretty hurt.
And use my which one is it? My Wrathful Smite.
Okay.
Which I'm adding some psychic damage. 5 points of psychic damage.
All right. Which is Umber Hulk for ow.
And then the second attack
Okay.
is 19.
All right. 19 hits.
For 12 points of damage.
All right. It is very hurt, but not down.
And that's all the boosting I can do, so that's
All
it for me. And
Uh,
I'll stay right here.
Okay. It is now its turn. And I think this one, so first of all, this one is trying to dig its way out through the tunnel, but it's going to spend its turn doing that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it spends its turn doing that because having to burrow through it, it can only get to here. And so it can't get far enough out. It still technically has its action, but it used all its movement to get there. All right, and then this one, though, mad with rage, it's going to make its 3 attacks, one against Alaric, one against Autarky, and one against Feathercrest. So, first against you, Alaric. That is a 20, not natural, but dirty 20.
It hits a duplicate, which vanishes.
All right, one against Autarky only gets 15, which misses. You bat its claws away with your shield.
Paw.
One against Feathercrest is another dirty 20, which does hit her, and it does. This is with its mandibles. So 13 slashing damage. She gasps and backs away. All right. No, well, she doesn't back. She does not her turn. She doesn't get to back away, but she does. She gasps though. She says,
When I made the Wrathful Smite, it was supposed to do a Wisdom saving throw. I totally forgot about.
Okay.
It's supposed to do a Wisdom versus 17.
Okay. It fails. What would that do?
Or be frightened of me.
Oh. Okay. Well, in that case, then.
Which just means it can't move towards me, or right. So
But I
don't
guess
think
if it stays where it is, though, it can attack anything within.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
range.
It can't move towards
It
me.
would have had
willingly.
disadvantage on its attack on you, but it missed it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
And I think I forgot one of my attacks too, but I'm not going to worry about it.
All right. Yeah, it's on its last legs, but this other one is doing better. It's taken some damage, but it's not all the way down yet. So it is Feathercrest's turn, and having just taken.
When was the last time I got a turn?
Did I skip you?
I think twice so far.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you went
skipped
before
you
I
once
did.
when.
Because
Okay.
Feathercrest has done the cone of cold and been
No,
stunned once.
Melicanth did the cone of cold.
Yeah.
Feathercrest
And I
did
did
not
the-
cast cone of cold.
Okay.
So you're right though that I think I did skip you at least this time. So it's your turn.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I have you on my notes. You guys all
No,
have
this one-
A names. It makes it hard to abbreviate.
This one's on its last legs then?
This one is, yeah, it's really bad.
That's right. We bring our A names.
Yeah, I'll just take a couple of shots at it then.
Okay.
I'm not going to do anything fancy.
Yeah, are you averting your eyes?
Yes. But it has feather fall or fairy
No, it
fire
does
skill?
not.
Oh, it does not. Okay.
No.
All right. I will take the disadvantage.
All right.
Yeah, why not? That is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
11 points of fire damage.
All right. That it blasts it loose from its tenuous grip on the walls and it tumbles into the void below.
Then I'll just kind of turn the armor over my shoulder and try to shoot at the other one.
All right.
I'm going to move up to it. So I'm going
Okay.
to move towards the tunnel entrance
All right.
and fire at point blank.
Okay.
That was much worse. That was a 12 to hit.
Okay. Unfortunately, that one misses.
I will use my bonus action to dodge.
Okay. All
And
right.
if I can use a sort of spare word or two, I want it to attack me.
Sure.
Come at me whole.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, we'd previously done the Umber Hulk's turn, so it's done. Feathercrest's turn. I think she suddenly goes like, "Oh wait. Oh, yes. Okay." She'll turn around and go to attack. I think just another firebolt. At disadvantage. Oh, it's a shame it's not. You know, if it was a regular roll, it would have been a crit, but it still hits for sure. So it is 2d10. Nine fire damage. To it.
Oh, and my duplicates went with me.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. That was Feathercrest's turn. Nira.
I am actually going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
at
Are
that
you
one.
Are you looking at it? I think you have to.
Yeah, well, I'm out of range.
Okay.
I'm beyond the 30 feet, right?
5,
Am
10,
I?
15, 25. So wait. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I think you're just at 30 feet. So you are.
Can
in
I
range.
take a step back?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So I will do that, and then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
All right.
And that is a plus 12 on that. That's crazy.
It's your wand. That wand.
I
with the
know.
blade. You keep
That's bonkers. So that is a 26
that hits.
and 46. So now y'all will not have disadvantage for looking away. And that is 9, 10...
At least for one attack.
14 damage. Radiant damage, if that matters.
It doesn't, but it still counts. All right. That's Nira's turn.
Nope.
All right, Amethyst.
Oh, does anybody look particularly hurt? Like, I don't...
No. I mean, a couple of people have taken a
Archie.
little damage, but not a lot.
Okay, I'm gonna hang on to it then.
Yeah, I think Archie took the most out of anyone.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yellow in the.
All right. So Amethyst, you're up.
Okay, so then I'm going to run back near I think that's Cat and Malakad.
Mhm.
I want to just be more than 30 feet away.
Yeah.
Just beyond 30 feet. Thank you. And then I want to cast poison spray.
What's the range of poison spray?
Oh shit, not poison spray. It was frostbite, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's got a range of 60 feet.
All right. So is that a saving throw or an attack roll or?
Saving throw 16 Constitution.
Oh. That's only a 10.
Yay! Okay, so that's 3d6. So 11 points of frost damage.
Okay. All right. It's
cold.
This is frostbite too, is it?
Yeah, frostbite.
So there's disadvantage in its next attack roll, next weapon attack roll.
All right.
Oh, that's right.
All right. So that's Amethyst's turn. Melicanth's turn. So this would be the next attack roll against it. So it'll cancel out. Well, no. So she gets advantage with her firebolt. Good thing too, because that first one was a 2. But yeah, that definitely hits with the second one, and she gets a big 4d10 for her firebolts.
Big, beautiful firebolts.
That's 26, and that kills it.
Goodness gracious! Great bolts of fire.
Yeah. So she sees the glittering remnant of Nira's guiding bolt and uses it, peeking through her fingers, and it just blasts his head off.
Quick.
Yeah. All right. We're no longer in initiative.
So just out of curiosity, I can't look down and see any more road, right? Like, so if I were to use my storm that's still up, like I could just blast myself to another level.
Well, you could. What you see below you, a ways down, is the sort of the bubble threshold of whatever this magical shimmer is.
Okay.
So theoretically, you could do that, but you don't know what that is. So it's
probably don't do that then. Yeah. Okay.
So do you let go of your concentration on Call Lightning? There doesn't seem to be anything else attacking you at the moment.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
And I'll go lethargic.
So I think, everyone's just kind of on the lookout to just make sure that it's everything good.
Yeah, let me heal Archie though.
So I think we can go back to.
What are you at now, Chooch?
Let's see. I've got a 78 out of 110.
You're gonna make me math.
I mean,
35 points.
Yeah, 30 something.
Okay.
So, as you guys are kind of the adrenaline coming down a little bit from the battle there, you all suddenly hear a voice in your head. And I think the more observant among you will realize that as you all start to kind of perk up, like the dog with the gramophone, ad thing, as you all hear a voice in your head, Melicanth is the only one that doesn't seem to react. So she notices you guys doing it, but she doesn't seem to react. And the voice just says, Greetings. It's been quite a while since I had guests. Apologies for the scavengers. I'm sure they were a nuisance. But I'm sure you can understand what a nuisance scavengers can be. What with the way they invade our space and attempt to take our things.
So as he's speaking,
I can see that.
As he's speaking, I would like to repeat his words because I'm looking at Melicanth and judging her.
Okay.
Her reaction.
She mouths back to you, telepathy? Question mark. So, Archie, you said I could understand that, or?
Mm-hmm.
all of you must have some understanding of what you seek here, but I have a vested interest in keeping this particular location and its secrets. So tell me, why should I allow you entry into my lair?
Well, I think you already know why we're here.
In Draconic, I will call out, I just want to go home.
Well, that will be difficult, won't it?
What'd you
I
say?
do know why you are here. I know what you know. I am asking, though, if you think you could do anything for me that would be worth my time and information.
Depends on what you want.
Mostly what I want is to keep my secrets, and yet you would seek to learn them. So
You do.
whatever price you would offer would have to be quite valuable indeed.
How about all of existence? Is that a good enough price?
My greatest fear has been that I would someday die, leaving this place unguarded for any who would come across it to discover my secrets. The end of existence would ensure that my secrets go to oblivion with me. What could be better?
You assume that everything's going to happen at once. As far as I'm concerned, nothing happens at once. All the bad things happen first, and then the rest just gets cleaned up. So you can probably count your death among one of the earlier things to happen, especially if you're powerful. And I think you're pretty powerful.
Perhaps, but then I try to stay out of the places where they do the fighting. It's not to my taste.
So I'm gonna I would like to fiddle with my non-detection charm. Is like, well, if I just took this off, it might cause some trouble for you.
It would, but it would be trouble for you as well.
You know what else might be trouble? If Alaric took that flask out of his pocket and opened it up, I mean,
I
that could
have
cause
no
trouble.
doubt that there are a number of things that you could do to make yourselves a nuisance to me, perhaps even a danger. But I would wager those things will not earn you the secrets you seek.
I feel like we've gotten off on the wrong foot. You say you know why we're here. You know the stakes that are at risk. You know that we don't come here because we want to steal some baubles from you. It's more important.
You do come carrying a bauble, though, don't you?
Well, more than one.
I think you know the one I mean.
Do I?
Gonna wave at him.
Just chop off your arm, man.
What good would that do you?
Well, I already possess all of the information that you all brought with you. But I do not possess your artifacts. My secrets are very valuable to me, but perhaps parting with one of your valuable artifacts, the arm, the stolen moment, one of those or the other.
You want me to cut it off, or do you want to do it yourself?
Wait. If we're going to give you something that is valuable and precious to us,
Right.
we're going to need at least some assurance that you actually know anything. Because as far as we know, you're just here in this hole.
Just a scavenger like the rest of them.
Just a dragon guarding its pile of treasure.
If that's what you think, why bother?
I didn't say that's what I think. I said that's just what you could be. So how do we know you're not just tricking us to get more treasure? I mean, we're more than willing to bargain with you, but we need something of assurance on our end that you actually have what we seek.
I mean, you got to understand, some powerful beings tend to lie to us, deceive us, and pretend to be our friend if it's convenient.
Yeah, you got the goods.
Is it shakedown something?
No.
Grab the dragon by the lapel.
Archie's gonna start rubbing stuff on his gums.
Like, hey, Amethyst,
Yeah.
coming back here represents a rather profound violation of our previous agreement. Though I will be gracious enough to not hold it against you, given that you could not possibly remember that it is such a violation.
It does make it really difficult to follow the terms when you don't remember. What
Indeed.
did I grant these terms for?
Well, that would be telling, wouldn't it? The reason your memories were stripped of you was because our bargain required it. It was the price you paid.
What'd
Seems
you
like a
do?
raw deal.
Well, how about you give her back her memories and we give you what you want? And
No,
then
you're
we
not
A
will-
just
lot of
gonna
things
cut
I could
off-
forget.
You're not gonna just cut off Alaric's arm.
Well, I mean, I can regenerate his arm after a long rest.
Hey. Win-win.
You can?
Maybe Alaric should ask his arm how he feels about that.
All right.
It's kind of your friend now.
I mean, you
It's
could just
really
like wish it away, you know, just not on my mountain.
The arm is giving you kind of conflicted feelings. Like, on the one hand, it's very wary of this offer that you're talking about, but it
doesn't
definitely
have the other
does
hand.
want to go down into the crater.
But it only has one hand, so
It's giving you conflicted feelings, yes.
Yeah.
Hey guys, do we actually know that
On
this
one
is
finger.
do we actually know that this is a dragon?
Well, Cadence's primeval awareness
Right.
sensed a dragon energy.
Dragon energy.
Well, she can sense dragons. She sensed a dragon. I don't know what else to tell you.
Rawr.
Yeah.
And
So
he
if
did
you-
understand me when I spoke in Draconic, so.
I
So,
want to make a Kanye joke, but I won't.
I enjoy shouting into a void as much as the next person, but I think this has to be done in person.
So,
What do we get?
I will allow you access past the first threshold, but not into my inner sanctum until our bargain is struck.
What are you so afraid of?
Sounds like a trap.
Sounds
I
like
am guarding my secrets, which are precious to me. If you come to offer something of great value, then perhaps some of my secrets could be shared with you in return, but not without paying the price.
I don't think that we should give up either of those things that it wants. That's just my thought.
Definitely not the golden moment in any case. Amethyst, what the hell were you doing here before? How did you make this dragon so afraid of you that it came to a bargain?
I think we covered the part where I don't remember, right?
Amethyst knew the dragon's secrets, I bet.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think Melicanth will say, on no account will we part with the stolen moment, and if it considers your arm, Alaric, an equivalent price, I'm not sure we should part with that either. And yet, and then the dragon's voice in all of you is like, and yet, the elf who has blocked her mind to me as though I don't already know everything she knows, finishes with, and yet.
And again, I will continue to repeat what he has said in case you can't hear it.
If you wish to have this negotiation face to face, as you say, you may come to the magic threshold, and we can meet one another in person. I will warn you, however, that any magic that you have among you, and I know that you have several items, magic which creates a pocket dimension of any kind, cannot pass through the threshold. This is not my request or my rule, but a fact of the magical nature of the threshold. If you attempt to sneak such an item through, it will only result in your disaster. This is a warning I make as a favor to you, because I do not wish you to be destroyed before we can come to an agreement.
I look at Melicanth. Does that make any sense?
She says, right, so if Nira is continuing to repeat
continuing
it. She says, it is true that magic that creates pocket dimensions can interact poorly with one another. I'm sure you have heard the warning about not putting the portable hole in a bag of holding.
Yeah.
What about the flask?
I don't know about the flask, and I don't know about my pocket.
Yeah, I don't.
I suspect that we keep Melicanth here with all the things that.
I don't want to leave her alone.
Then
I can
someone stay with her.
I'll stay.
I will.
Alaric, you have to go.
I don't know about that.
But
Arm.
okay, wait.
Yeah, I know.
Feathercrest kind of raises her hand and just kind of says, I don't know if you trust me enough, but I certainly wouldn't mind staying out here.
Yeah.
Okay, but you could hold the bag of holding.
Sure.
Don't we have two bags of holding?
We have 2 bags of holding and the bottle and the hole.
Portable hole in the flask.
What are Melicanth and Feathercrest's health at, by the way?
They only took like less than 10 damage.
Okay.
I mean, if you're just handing out healing, they could take like 15 points between them. They're okay though.
Okay.
And if necessary, Melicanth can poof them away.
Yeah. Well, at least we can find out the quality of information this broker is dealing with. We still aren't really sure exactly what we're going to be getting here.
If we get anything.
And what specifically do we want from this thing?
We need answers.
We need to know what happened
Which
here.
questions?
We need to know where the tree went.
Where's the city?
We need to know who destroyed it.
What happened to Amethyst?
I'm not sure that's the questions we need to ask.
The answers to all these questions and more are in my possession, but they are my most priceless treasures, and they are not given out for free.
I don't know how to ask Melicanth anything without being overheard. I don't think it's possible.
It probably speaks Elvish too.
Well, you know that telepathy, as a general rule, kind of transcends language anyway.
Yeah.
Unless you can block your mind.
I mean, yeah, and he can read my mind, so it wouldn't matter anyway.
Well, you can't read hers.
Yeah.
Well, you just write on a piece of paper and give it to
But
them.
yeah, I think that
Right.
if you had
Oh,
discussed it at all, mind blank, which Melicanth has cast on herself, is an 8th level spell.
Oof.
So I'm casting Mass Cure Wounds for 23 points for Archie, Alaric, Melicanth, Feathercrest, Cadence.
Okay. So
Thank you.
Melicanth and Feathercrest are both back up to full.
Thank you.
Would she have any paper that she could just write something down on? Any particular questions she would maybe want answered? And just don't let me look at it, just give it to me. That's all I've got.
Don't let you look at it?
Well, not yet until we get down there. If this bargain doesn't go through, then we're leaving, right?
This page just says, "Ha ha, gotcha."
Assuming we can leave.
I don't know because
Ask him if his refrigerator is running.
Are you tired? Do you feel a little dragon?
I don't know how she could.
If she has to stay behind, then she won't get a chance to ask anything, and she might have different questions than we would.
Yeah.
Well, I think that she will just kind of intuit some of what you're thinking and just say, if it knows why we are here, I doubt any of our questions will be surprises to it. It is bargaining for the answers. It's not what we're trying to do to trick it, exactly.
Trying to foresee any way this can go badly, aside from the obvious.
Well, what I would suggest is that we remember that our goal ultimately is not just the information. The information is something we need, but it is not our objective in and of itself. We wanted to explore the tree because of its obvious connection to all the different planes and its relationship to what is happening to the world. And if there is any information which would change our strategy, our goal is to save the universe, not merely to learn answers to questions. So any questions we ask should be to that end.
Well,
We gotta do this thing.
Let's go, dude.
So who's staying with Feathercrest and all the...
Melicanth is staying behind because she won't give up the stolen moment.
She can't go in there or it'll destroy her.
Well, she can't go in there without taking the stolen moment out of her hidden pocket.
Yeah.
Feathercrest is requested to not go in there if that's an option.
That'll be okay.
He'll be ready if you need to, Melicanth, to leave.
And she says, yes, I'm hanging on to that one. Hopefully, if the dragon is truly interested in a bargain, it will allow you to go in there and discuss terms and then return so we can discuss as well.
Right. Then you better hold on to this. And I hand her the iron flask.
She nods and tucks it away.
That's for you, Feathercrest. If I don't come back, and you do make it out, you can keep this. And I hand her the rolled up portable hole. Just don't put it in a bag of whatever those things are.
Yeah, good tip.
Yeah.
I hope you do make it out for what it's worth.
I still owe you a lot. Whatever I can.
All right.
All right. So is everyone continuing down the
Yeah.
road then? All right.
Yep.
So as you make your way around this crater, descending towards this big spherical magical energy field of some kind, you reach it, and it is sort of just a translucent, shimmery blue-white bubble-like surface. And as you approach, the voice just says, "If you have followed my advice, then you have nothing to fear from simply passing through the barrier. I will warn you that magic doesn't work quite the same inside as outside, but you should be safe enough."
Insight check.
Sure, go ahead and roll.
Um, 18.
Hang on, I didn't actually have a stat up. Hang on. With an 18, you think that it's telling you the truth because it actually does want to talk to you.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get
Let's
rambling.
go.
All right. So who's going through first?
I will.
All right.
No hesitation.
All right. As you go through, you see, first of all, as you get really close to it, little electric sort of tendrils kind of flicker out and lick across your metal arm. But then as you pass through it, there's kind of it's not a pleasant tingly feeling across your skin, but it's not overtly painful. It's just kind of a little bit like pins and needles when your foot falls asleep or something. But it's just as you're passing through this narrow field, and then you're on the other side, and it stops, and the rest of you watch Alaric go through.
I'm gonna have to comb my beard.
You can't really see on the other side though, but you follow.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of a little static electricity.
All right. All right.
I also do.
Okay, so everybody follows through, and what you find as you enter is the basics, like the basic shape of the crater is there. There's no longer any mist around it, so you can see down the enormous sort of chasm, but down in the very center there is a big sphere of magical darkness. And you see floating here and there are strange, like irregular blobs of strange energy, and you notice that hang on, so you notice these strange sort of shimmery fields that are like drifting apparently randomly, and in fact one of them is like headed right for you as kind of a slow drift. Are you going to hurry to try to get out of its way, or?
I'm gonna stand my ground.
How fast is it moving? It's like slowly, right?
Yes, but it's going to overtake you unless you hurry to get out of its way.
I'll get out of its way. Like, I don't feel like getting.
Yeah, I'll dodge out of the way.
I had a bad experience with a jellyfish once, so I'm not.
Yeah, I'm out of the way.
Does it feel like it's a malicious movement?
It doesn't look. It looks like you just happened to be in its path. It didn't head for you. You just happen to be standing where it's going.
And then it can go around.
It doesn't go around, but as it sort of passes over you, Alaric, you briefly feel the magic in your slippers activate, because as it sort of passes over you, suddenly you feel like gravity has reversed and you're standing upside down on a ceiling, and your slippers hold you in place, but then as this sort of blob-like energy passes by you, as soon as it leaves you behind, you're once again right side up.
That was weird. That was really weird.
I think the rest of you saw his beard like.
Windy blob.
More like the whole world shifted upside down. Any idea what that thing is?
No.
It is a remnant of the spells that were cast here once upon a time. There are others. The effects can be unpredictable.
Probably should avoid those.
Weird spell.
Hey, Lark. How does your hand feel now?
Well,
it feels anxious, like it is anticipating what's happening, and it is unclear how it feels about it. But it's like it's a momentous feeling, but it doesn't seem to know if it's good or bad.
it's conflicted. I think it knows more than it's letting on, but then again, it's never been very talkative.
Come then, and let's bargain. And then you guys, as you're making your way down to the base of this crater, you see emerge this giant sphere of magical darkness is easily 100 yards across. And emerging from it, you see an enormous, gargantuan, draconic creature emerge. But it's different in a number of ways from any dragon you've encountered before, Cadence. It is... hang on. I have my picture of it that I'll show you. First of all, it has no wings. In place of where its wings would be, it has tentacles.
And a jetpack.
Tentacle-like limbs. It is enormous, so it's like as it sort of sits on its haunches, its head is easily 35 feet off the ground.
Oh boy.
And all over its skin are crystalline, scaly growths in a purple amethyst-like color. And so I'll just...
That's not good.
Oh, it's
Are we
like a Cthulhu dragon.
Yeah.
Are we thinking Fade touched or not?
So pretty.
Or not Fade, Fissure touched?
Right.
Fade touched.
Too much Dragon Age, sorry.
And so it watches you approach and just says, "Well met then. I am Neocortex. Let's make a deal." And that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Like a game show.
I was just gonna say, I
Lark
don't think
the dwarf,
price
come
is
on
gonna be
down.
All right. So that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for listening and or watching, especially those of you who are watching us live and participating in the chat. We love you. Prince Justin, I saw, let's see, Sola Kovaslovic earlier, and Paul Fisher, and just any of you watching or listening later. We love you, and we'll be back for more adventure on so many levels.
So many levels.